And it is possible to have all the money, all the cash in your pocket, yet you are not eating healthy. The reason obviously may be because you do not even know what to eat or what to buy. And if you're in that category, you need to stick to this video, because I have picked out some healthy foods that you need to put in the list of foods you should be eating in 2025 if you want to stay healthy. I have listed 19 of them, but that is not all. There are even more. And maybe you need to ensure you subscribe to this channel, because that is exactly what I talk about. Grace Enemale is my name. And I actually talk about wellness, healthy living through natural foods, based on my own experience, based on the things that have been helping me stay healthy, the things that have been keeping me away from high blood sugar, high blood pressure, and all those ailments that are common with seniors. And so if you're interested in something like that, you need to watch this video and also subscribe to this channel. The foods you should be eating if you are a senior, because the target of this video is actually the seniors. And who are the seniors? Those in their 50s, those in if you're 50 or 55 or above 60 or more. You should be more careful, more selective in your food choices. And so number one of such foods, and these are exactly what I take most of the time, is carrots. Yes, you may not be a fan of carrot, or if you are even in the category of people who say carrot is high in sugar. I was also in that category, and I was trying to avoid, but not anymore, because carrot is one of the foods all the seniors should embrace because of its nutrients. It supports your eyes. You must have been hearing that people are going blind, either because of high blood pressure, even too much of, uncontrolled blood sugar can also lead to things like blindness. Nobody wants to lose his or her sight at old age. And so if you want to maintain your sight, maintain a strong immune system, a healthy body, a firmer skin, you need to include carrot on your daily diet. As a matter of fact, you need to be one of them, because it's low in calorie. It supports your blood pressure, it supports your heart health, it supports your digestive health, it supports your oral health, it supports your liver function. It does much more than this. And so start to include fresh carrot, but you don't have to overdo it, because it's one of the fruits that are high in sugar. Number two is cabbage. These are healing foods. Yes, don't just focus or concentrate on the conventional vegetables. Yes, green vegetables are good, but remember that cabbage is one of the very low calorie foods you should be taking. As a matter of fact, I want to suggest that you take the cabbage on empty stomach before your main meal. That is exactly what I do. And it is the best way I think you should be taking your cabbage. Number three food is sweet potatoes. This is a high carb food, and we should not be embracing too much of it. But anytime you want to go for carbohydrates, please go on sweet potatoes. Very little amount, because it's high in vitamin A, B-carotene, and most of the nutrients that supports your skin, your eyes too. Remember, the eyes, your eyes. It supports your blood pressure, as a matter of fact. And though it's high in calorie, you must take it, in small amount, and it should not be every day. And the best time is even in the morning or midday, not when you're about to go to bed. Then the number four food is oat. Oat is high in soluble and insoluble fiber, so that you will not have issues with high cholesterol. Once in a while, you can make yourself oats for breakfast. I do not also suggest you make it every day, because I have tried doing it every day and I saw the negative effect of taking it on a daily basis. I have been into it, and so I do not advise or suggest you take it every day. I did that, and the result was not really pleasant. It's not something we should be talking about now, but take it moderately. Occasional times in the week, include your oats. Then you need to include garlic. Yes, this is a spice actually, but include it on a because of the activity of bacteria. Then number 6 or 7, I think, is the cayenne pepper. It's one of the heart supporting foods you should be including as a senior in 2025. Yes, use it to cook your meals. It should feature on a daily basis. I'm talking of the cayenne pepper. Yes. Then all the leafy greens, include them. If you are someone that take green vegetables whenever you like, but you are a senior now, it's time to change. Make it as part of your daily diet, because green vegetables, they support your immune system. They are alkaline most of the time, generally, and they are healing foods. So you need to include them moderately in your diet, talking of the green vegetables on a daily basis. These are foods you should make a list of and start including. Then the next is eggs. Yes, make a list of them. Egg, boiled egg. If you take 5 to 6 times in a week, it's not bad. It's high in terms of vitamin A. It's these eyes we are still trying to protect. So if you want to protect your eyes, you need to start consuming these foods as a matter of something you know that you must do to support your sight. You may not know how valuable your sight is until you have problem or you talk with those that have lost their sight. And so start including vitamin A rich foods. Egg is one of them, and it's rich in others, including complete amino acids. Then the next food is include soya beans in moderation, please. It has complete amino acids. And without these complete amino acids, your body may not utilize even the other foods that you are eating, the other food. And so you need to take it in little amount. Yes, it's high in protein, calcium, and other nutrients, and it's heart healthy. So well-processed soya bean, don't just take any one, because it's high in phytic acid. And so you need to add a little of it to increase your protein, because protein is the building block. The point remains that a lot of people are short of protein. And if you're careful or you're managing a disease, you will soon discover that protein is not easily found. I realized this lately. And so you need to seek out high protein rich foods like soya beans and start to fortify your food with it in small amount, because it's not just hard to digest. I'm talking of soya beans. It's mildly inflammatory, so you don't have to take it too much, or else it's going to cause elevated blood pressure for you. But when you take it in good amount, it's going to increase the protein in your diet and going to support your immune system in a lot of ways. You need to start to include nuts, like peanuts, in moderation. Now, some of you may just say, peanut is acidic, peanut is this. Yes, I am in that situation too. Peanut is all of that, but it is still high in protein. Each time I try to take it out of my diet totally for a very long time, I notice that I seem not to be getting enough protein in my diet. Especially those of us from this side. You will notice that the food variety is not as wide as to enable you make enough choices. And so you need to include some of these nuts, like peanut in moderation, almond, get them and start including them. Start eating them to enable you get sufficient protein, calcium, and other vitamins and minerals. If you are one that is always eating cooked meal, you need to stop it, because these nuts and seeds are also, higher in nutrients and vitamins than most of the so-called cooked foods. I just added pumpkin seed, which I left out of my diet for a long time. So you need to be adding the more of the seeds as you are getting older. You need to select more seeds and start because a good number of these seeds are high in protein, calcium, vitamins, iron, and minerals, and they support your brain function. Then the next food is unpolished rice. Yes, if you are diabetic or pre-diabetic, you don't have to run away from rice altogether. You need to include other proteins that supports it. As a matter of fact, you can fortify it with moringa leaves. That's what I do some of the times. You just get a few of the fresh moringa leaves and, blend it, or you can pound it with whether your crayfish and add it to fortify it. When the local rice is fortified, and you add things like chicken or turkey or fish, fatty fish, you don't have to worry about your blood sugar. Add vegetables, you don't have to worry. There will be sufficient magnesium. Let me review something about this unpolished rice. I was actually running away from it for a long time, not knowing that it's a source of kaolin, which helps your brain, which helps you with sleep. And so I was having that challenge for several years. It wasn't really, your sleep will be reduced. It will not have the quality that you desire if you are taking out a lot of these foods, such as unpolished rice. It's a source of the big group of vitamins. It's a source of a lot of other nutrients, even small amount of protein. And so you need, for your energy, you need it. For the brain also, you need it. And it's one of the grains, because grains are actually good for you. Why are they good for you? Because they allow for proper blood flow. They are not starchy like the root vegetables. So, unpolished rice is one of the food. Once in a while, when you want to go for grains, you can take unpolished rice, because they are also source of nutrients. And then ensure that you back them up with protein and green vegetables to reduce the effect of the sugar in your rice. And don't forget, moderation is still the rule. Then the next is tiger nut. Yes, a lot of you may not take it seriously, but tiger nut is one of the few gluten-free foods you should be taking, at least because it has good amount of vitamins and minerals, especially minerals like calcium. You need to start taking it in your diet, include it. Then date is another high quality fruit you need to include. It doesn't even spike sugar. That's what I actually use these days, because most times you see that the honeys we have, because honey used to be one of the top quality healthy foods, but a few people are talking about honey because these days, because too many adulterated honey all over the place. And so date is a very good alternative. And guess what? It doesn't spike your sugar when taking in moderation. As a matter of fact, I use the dry dates. But whether you are using dry dates powder or you're using the normal date fruit, you just remove the seed and then you can soak it a little to make it soft. And then use 1 or 2. Don't use it too much. It's high in sugar, but it's high in fiber too, high in iron, potassium, and a lot of important minerals and vitamins that your body needs. And so start including dates, tiger nut in your diet in this year. If you want to maintain a healthy body, you need to start including some of these food that are naturally gluten-free. Then another food you need to include is moringa seeds, those tiny seeds. Occasionally, you go for it because it's low in calorie. It's high in vitamin C and vitamin A. Once in a while, remember that it's not a source of protein. So you don't just take these things, anyhow. You take them knowing the content and why you are taking that particular food or fruit. Then the other ones are also majorly in the fruit and spices. Remember that you guys to take all the spices in moderation, your sea salt, your ginger, your turmeric. All those ones are inflammation fighting foods, and you need to include them as a cinnamon in your daily diet. We said that before in several of the videos, including cinnamon and the rest of it. You don't have to joke with it. But another thing occasionally you must include is fermented foods. Don't joke with it. Once in a while, you can get some, do like fermented sorghum bicolor or fermented millet. But once it's fermented and allowed to stay in the water for a couple of, just get some, you can store them. They can last as much as months, 6 months or even more if you refrigerate them. Not too much. Once in a while, you get some of it. Make pap. When you are going through some form of constipation, they won't go away. I'm talking of seniors, except you bring in probiotics from fermented foods, fermented grains. You need them once in a while. There is the temptation once in a while to abandon them, which I am also guilty of. But once you have some form of constipation that is not even, responding to anything, then it's time for you to go for probiotics from fermented grains like fermented millet, because they contain live cultures that helps to boost your immune system, support your gut bacteria. That is exactly what we're missing, and it's one of the main missing link in our today's modern day diet. There's absence of fermented foods, and that's why a lot of gut-related issues, gut-related problems, and stomach ulcers, several other things like that. Resistant strain of bacteria, because we are feeding them with too much sugars in our diet. What of the red drinks? You don't know that red drinks are good for you. Occasional hibiscus flower tea, that is what we call zobo. Make zobo tea occasionally, like once or twice a week, and take. There are other red drinks, other red fruits, not just red fruits like beets, even the fresh tomatoes. These are red fruits that have special function that affects your heart positively. Apart from the red wine, which we all know, there are several other. Some of you may not be able to go for the red wine, maybe because you can't afford it, or they're not even affordable or accessible. You can go for your hibiscus flower tea and make tea out of it. Or you make tea from, sometimes I make the sorghum tea. It's also red in color and it doesn't have any calorie. That's what I do, and it's very, very effective, especially when you are trying to strengthen your immune system. You don't want sugars, you don't want calories. You just make your tea from one of these red drinks, and it will boost your iron. Remember that when you have sufficient iron, your hemoglobin, your body will be able to have sufficient oxygen flowing, because without sufficient iron, the oxygen cannot even go around. It cannot be pumped around. And so it's important to ensure we include these red fruits, red drinks. They are deep. You can get them in different forms. But the simplest and easiest one that we have here is this hibiscus flower tea. And then beetroot. There are others like pomegranate that are red in color. Several others. But if you can't access them, you get the ones that is around you, but make sure it has that red color, because your body, your heart needs it. Then you also need fatty fish because of omega-3. Be mindful of omega-3 foods because of your joints, because of your brain, and several other things. Foods like walnut are good sources of omega-3. Sardines without the oil are good sources of omega-3. So when you include, and when you cannot get this fatty fish, you can use the fish oil supplement. I'll talk about that later, but I already talked about it in some of my videos. Just get the fish oil or get occasional sardines or other fatty fish in your diet, tuna or mackerel. You can include them in your diet because you need them. They are not only easily digestible, but they contain heme iron, the type of iron that your body can easily access. If you have ever been ill before and your body is not able to really accept most of the foods, you will discover that when you take fatty fish like sardines, you see how you feel. You're going to feel better. And that is when you know, you'll be able to understand the point we are making when we say some of these foods are easily digestible and your body can easily make use of the nutrients in them. And fatty fish is one of them. They contain the nutrients that you need. You also need to, now remember to include olive oil too. Olive oil is a source of vitamin E for your heart, but ensure it's a good one. Peanut oil is also another very good one. And then avocado as another good fat. What the point is, get good fats. Insist only on good fats. Don't say you won't take oil at all. That is a very dangerous mistake, because you won't know the value of fats in your diet. You won't know the value of fat to your heart, to your brain. Don't stay away from fats. A lot of people are making that mistake, but only ensure that it's the healthy fats that you are taking. And you can find them in foods like avocados, foods like sesame seeds, foods like pumpkin seeds. And there are some of the things I do take occasionally. Other foods like chia seeds, occasional chia seeds, I don't take it frequently. I have to be honest with you, because of its high calcium content. If you overdo it, you're going to be having things like headaches, and as a matter of fact, your kidney won't even be happy with it. But it's good for you, especially if you're having problems sleeping. You want to boost your calcium, you need to soak some of the chia seeds once in a while and then take it. Like I told us, there are other very healthy seeds like sesame seeds. This year 2025, decide that you will include more seeds. All those conventional high calorie, all those regular foods that you are used to, stay away. Just do a little shift away from them and move towards seeds. You can investigate or even comment in this video if you don't know which of the seeds is which. Maybe I'll be able to attend to you. If you are not familiar, just decide that you include more seeds, because a lot of us made the mistake of remaining with some conventional foods that we are so used to, we are so familiar with. But as you are growing, your body needs some of, changes in your diet, and your body is always happy when you bring in some new foods. It's only if only it can speak, they will tell you that you have done well. And so let's embrace more seeds. And if you're interested, you want to know more about some of the seeds that I myself am including, because I am also, making some dietary modifications from time to time to improve my own health, because we all need, changes, improvement as we age. And I need you to comment in this video if there is any particular seed that you're already taking and is working for you. Please say it, or you don't even know which of the seeds now today, because seeds are equally dense in nutrition. In this 2025, decide to even go more on seeds and go low on those conventional high carb foods that we love, you and I used to love. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you love this message. Thank you for watching.